If you're coming to Paris and you want to do all the stuff that everyone always does, I cannot tell you not to, because honestly, everything that is famously done here is worth doing. All the major sites, which you can see a video we already did on that. However, there are a lot of really unique experiences that you can have in Paris as well, off the beaten path or right next to it, that you may not have known about until this very video. So make sure you watch to the end to get all the unique things you can do in Paris. This is Paris in My Pocket's guide to the unique things to do in Paris. If you're feeling like being a little bit mobile and getting around town in a way that is absolutely unique, sidecar tour, motorcycle sidecar tour. You may have seen this in my vlog already a couple times with my buddy Simon here, but getting around in a sidecar gets the whole like unobstructed view of Paris as you move around Paris thing going, while at the same time requiring none of the effort that being on a bike would require. Whether you want to go to Versailles or you want to bounce around Paris, see the monuments, or get a tour of some of the more gruesome elements, Simon's a great storyteller and somebody who knows the city very well. Operated a tour company here for a long time. He's been in the business for a very long time, speaks French perfectly because he's absolutely bilingual, and he knows how to saber champagne, something he's becoming famous for, despite the fact that I don't think he wanted to be famous for that.
Sounds good, yeah. You're not gonna... Oh, first try!
Highly recommend bouncing around town in this sidecar, and they can do small groups. If there are 2 of you, one of you gets to sit on the back of the motorcycle. If there are 4 of you, 2 motorcycle sidecars. Pretty fantastic way to go.
That's not a repairable crash. That's all right. It's worth it for the shot. Speaking of interesting and unique souvenirs, there's no better souvenir really, probably, than getting a nice photo of you and your loved ones, furry or otherwise, taken while you're here in Paris. And you're gonna want a professional photographer to do that, who can take you around, show you some interesting spots you might not have known on your own, or you can hit the classics like the Louvre, Pont des Arts, the Eiffel Tower. There's a lot of really great spots you can go to get your photos taken. With props, with whatever, my Paris portraits, the people to do it. Right there. I'm here with my buddy Janelle, who's done a wonderful job taking our photos today. As with a lot of photos that she's taken over time, there's a lot of proof both on my Instagram and other videos we've done together all over the city with family, my sister, my brother-in-law, my dad, the police, all kinds of people all over the place. Hot tip, you'll also notice that I brought a little bit of a costume change, different shirts, hats, and a jacket, just to throw on really quickly to give it a different feel, to diversify the results in the end. But of course, if you're just gonna show up with one outfit, that's also fine. It'll be a good time. And like I said, it's a literal souvenir, memory, right, of you in Paris, and it's gonna look phenomenal. Give them a follow on Instagram, and then of course, when you're coming to Paris, look them up, get a photo taken or 2. It'll be more than well worth your while. Right, Cooper? He's freezing. We should probably get him somewhere where he can take a nap. Of course, while you're in Paris, you could come see a show. Nobody thinks about Paris for shows when it comes to English-speaking things, but there is a lot of English-speaking comedy. And if you've been watching my channel for any given period of time, you know that I've got some buddies that like to perform that comedy in places like the Apollo Theater. And like the Greek god himself, we've got some very handsome, very attractive people to show you tonight, or any night when you want to come through. Make sure to check out Paul or Sarah's links. I'll be sure to put them below. And of course, in the updated version of my guide coming out in the not too distant future, I'll give you some good ideas on where you can go to see some English speaking comedy. And if you're trying to practice your French, you could go see a French show as well. Or like tonight, Paul Taylor and Friends, you get a chance to see a mix of both French and English. Hopefully you get some lulz. And if you don't understand it all, it'll motivate you to learn. And we're always all about learning around here. I'm about learning at least. Like, how the heck do I get off of this stage? Is this how I get off this stage? I think this is how I get off this stage.
Oh my God, you can probably tell from my accent that I do speak fluent Kardashian,
I will admit, it's been a long time since I've had to navigate a mall, and this is not a small mall. So it took me a second. But I found it. That's not the one. Sounded like they're having a really good time in there. There was lots of screaming and laughing going on. But the one for the Notre Dame experience is upstairs under the Grand Arch. So let's start this over with where you're supposed to go. I went entirely to the wrong place. This place is much easier to find.
under the giant Grand Arche de la Défense. If you just look over to the right, there's a sign that says Eternal Notre Dame underneath the windsocks. Way easier to find than navigating through the mall. Don't go into the mall. I see him texting me in there.
How you doing?
Well, La Défense doesn't have a lot to offer as far as being unique, and honestly is generally not worth visiting unless you're here for long enough. You know, it's the giant modern arch that stretches out along the same line as the Arc de Triomphe from the Louvre. Kind of cool. I never recommend you come out here unless you have a lot of time, except thanks to Paul, we're out here for a very unique experience, which is a VR tour of Notre Dame through the ages. So they're giving us backpacks, which I'm assuming is because we need the extra processing power to track both where we are, render that in real time to everybody else, and then have the full experience, which is really exciting. Looking forward to this. So this is multiple stages where they kind of corralled us, get us in groups of 6, send us forward. The whole experience can and will be in English and French. And if you don't speak either of those languages, why are you watching my videos? In a very highly technical maneuver, our QR codes slide into a pocket on the back of these giant backpacks. This is so cool that we can actually see where we're going. So to describe what I'm seeing, we're walking like through a cave. Oh, it lost the cave. So I've got a trail behind me showing me where I've been. It's 35 euros. It lasts an hour. You get your own British comedian that walks through the whole thing with you, cracking jokes.
It was amazing. It was super fun. Like I didn't know what to I didn't know what to expect. I've never done a VR thing before.
Worth 35 euros, 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
And especially if Notre Dame's still closed when you come, it gives you a very similar experience. Like it felt like walking through the vaulted halls of Notre Dame. And you get some really, really cool views of like medieval Paris that you're never gonna get anywhere else, guaranteed.
Yeah, for sure.
To give you, in case we don't get any footage that we can really share, it does have that element of being like, you walk out into medieval Paris, it's very dark and dingy, you see rats running around, it's phenomenal. Don't worry if you're scared of rats, they don't come anywhere near you. Then just being able to kind of elevate yourself to higher levels and walk around the ramparts and see the construction underway, like, it's really, really cool.
Yeah, all that while you're just walking around a room with black and white marking points for the VR headsets. So there's the reason why you shouldn't be scared is because you're not walking up and down any levels, but you can in the game like walk up and down levels and it takes you up. It feels very weird doing so, but
very weird, but
there's bits where you have to crouch down to get through it. It just feels natural but weird. It's great. It's amazing.
This is definitely a unique experience in Paris. Thanks, Paul, for bringing me. Whoa, check out the rainbow.
Mate.
Wow.
That is cool.
Among the many things that you can do in Paris now is a brewery tour if you happen to be a fan of beer. It turns out that France has over 2,000 breweries. It is the European country with the most breweries. That's going to set my comment section afire from the Belgians, I'm sure. According to the tour here, it's true, Gallia is one of the oldest, most prestigious breweries in France and in the Ile-de-France or the Paris region. And you can come here and you can do a brewery tour. Not only can you do a brewery tour, but it's actually really easy to get here because you can come out to Patron, which is just outside of Paris, on line 5, walk like 5 minutes from the metro, and suddenly you're in a brewery. It's amazing. They have food, they have lovely staff. Everyone here has been super, super friendly. The tour was done by Luana, very well done in English, knowledgeable, funny, friendly. I mean, hey, if you're into beer and you want to see how the French are experimenting with it, this is the place to do it, and they are experimenting with it. The one last thing that I will tell you about what they're doing here is they are making a combination between wine and beer. You think that sounds odd or gross or weird? I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's actually very good. It's called Weir in English or bière in French. Combination of wine and beer in both languages. It's delicious. It's fairly strong, crisp, clear, kind of reminiscent of cider in a way. I was shocked. If you want to try it, you have to come try the bière. Super good. It smells so different. This one tastes more like wine than the last one.
Wow.
Do you have the acidity, the fruit, the sugar?
I really like it.
It's really good. You got to try the bière. It's where it's at.
That's really good.
Yeah, it is 10%. Watch out.
I
I was gonna say you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it.
By the end of the day.
Usually put glasses like this and
I'm
then...
going to finish that.
Oh!
Today's the exception.
Today's the exception. The tour normally costs 15 euros per person. Easy enough to book. You can book online through Gallia's website, I'm assuming.
And there's a generous helping of samples at the end, including the VR. So, cheers.
Santé.
Make sure to look in the eyes when you cheers.
This is a great place. If you want to come and learn about beer, wonderful.
That Scottish accent came back in about 3 seconds. Roll in the arms, pal. Yeah, it was fun. I've done so many beer tours. Like I did the Heineken one. It's always fun to see how different breweries do their thing their way. I mean, it's the same 4 ingredients, but they do it differently.
Where's the beer?
I mean, listen, you've been out seeing sights, eating a lot, walking around, and shopping. And if you're gonna go shopping, you should probably go shopping at least to look around in the Galeries Lafayette. It's one of the most famous malls, we could say, one of the earliest shopping centers in modern human history in the West. I'm not gonna make broad claims for all of human civilization, but it is old, it is gorgeous. If you look at the dome that everybody comes in to take a shot of, and of course this is a location that people come to look at Christmas lights in the windows. The displays are lovely as well, but odds are good, you're probably feeling just a little bit tight, sore, tired. Enter Chillhouse. And this entire bottom floor, like the basement of Galeries Lafayette, they've redone into a wellness center. There's a spa, there's Chillhouse. Chillhouse invited me here to experience their massage, which I'm most looking forward to because I'm deeply in need of a little bit of extra love. A little bit tight in the back. And if you find yourself to be a little bit sore and looking to treat yourself, what better way to do it and what better story to tell than the time you got a massage in the basement of one of the oldest shopping centers, markets, luxury markets in all the world. I can't think of a better one. Not even on the beach. Really, I mean, the beach is automatically relaxing. Shopping, the opposite of relaxing. You should come in here, chill out, and you can even get a pedicure. I should probably do that. I don't know that I'd want to touch my feet though, to be honest.
They've got 3 price points. If you do it for a half an hour, it's going to cost you $70, or 50 minutes costs $135. But they have a 80-minute one that costs 180 euros. Which sounds pretty amazing. I'm not in for that today. Unfortunately, I'm hoping to kind of fall asleep. So go on, get out of here. Go do something else that's unique in Paris. Also, thanks to today's Patron producer, Mystery Man. Talk about a unique patron to have. I appreciate you being here, buddy. And to all my patrons for making this possible in the first place. And of course, to Chillhouse for inviting me down here for a delicious massage. Get out of here. Go like to a brewery or to a VR thing, or go do something else while I do this.
That was by far the most relaxing massage I've had in I don't know how long. That was amazing. It was super, super good. Also, highly recommended. And don't forget, if you haven't seen the free, Good Views of Paris for free video that I made, make sure you check out the roof of this place. You can get up there for free and get a fairly nice view of Paris. Back to whatever it is we were doing. And the post-massage smoothie. There's a cafe right around the corner, health food. I got the Sunny Morning, mango, orange, ginger, I think cinnamon? I can get used to this. If you're tracking along and you want to find a lot of really good spots to eat while you're out and about doing these unique experiences, somewhere nice to drink, or maybe a good photo spot, make sure you get my guide at parisinmypocket.com. Pause the video, go there right now, buy the guide, super worth it. It'll make your time in Paris significantly better, if not infinitely better. Thanks for watching Paris in My Pocket's guide to unique experiences in Paris. We have a whole lot more to dive into later, and obviously way more in my guide over at parisinmypocket.com. I'm Jay Swanson. Grab my guide. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, I hope you enjoy bouncing around Paris, whether it's in a motorcycle sidecar or, I don't know, getting your photo taken, also in a motorcycle sidecar. You can probably work that out. I'm sure they'd schedule it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.